Well, hello, Big Heart Nation. How are you tonight? My name is Shanita, and I am here to bring you an encouraging word. And with my heart, I want to say that I really hope that this encouraging word really becomes a beacon of light for you, a light that helps to illuminate you out of the dark and hidden spaces of whatever seasons and storms that are currently going on in your life right now. So I have entitled this live tonight, Built by the Storm, the Comeback Code. Let me say that again, Built by the Storm, the Comeback Code. Now, many of you may be wondering, what does all this even mean? So I want to get personal with you for just a few minutes and to really share my heart and let you know exactly where I'm coming from. So 2024 has been a very hard and devastating year for me personally. This year has seen the death of a treasured loved one, lots of medical issues with other loved ones, and personal and business disappointments, one right after another. It puts me in the mindset of, those intricate domino structures, and you tap one over and you just watch everything just one by one fall down and fall by the wayside. That's what it's felt like since January of this year. And let me tell you, these storms that I have encountered this year have really tested my level of resolve. It has really asked me to dig deep and to really find out who are you, or who am I? And from the ashes of these storms, of these personal disappointments, there has been an incredible journey that I do want to share with you all today. Now, even though I feel like this has been the hardest year of my adult life, I want you all to know that I see myself as a fighter. I'm someone that, if there is ever a problem, I am quick to resolve it. I have a solution, a backup, something that helps me to move past what this current situation is trying to do. But this time, this year, in these storms, I didn't have a backup plan. I didn't have an answer. And let me tell you, when you're in those situations where everything you know to do is no longer successful, it can put you in some dark, uncertain, and very scary places. And so I know that as a problem solver, it's one of my gifts. Personally, anytime somebody says, I wonder how can we handle this? My brain goes into, oh my goodness, here's something for us to do. Let's try to solve it. And this time, that didn't work. And everything that I have encountered thus far in my life could not have even begun to prepare me for so far in 2024, for the last 10 months of my life. If you've ever had a season where you've dealt with multiple heartbreaks, multiple disappointments, it can get the best of you. I don't know how many of my empathic and highly sensitive people, friends, are out there, but when you come across a challenge and it just overwhelms you, it can send you spiraling into some very dark spaces. And that's why I want to come tonight and share with you a gentle way forward to let you know that if you are in these spaces, in the storms of life, and you feel so uncertain, you feel defeated, or you feel as if I don't know what the way forward is, what peace will feel like or look like again, I want to offer you some encouragement. And I want to tell you, those nights, there were many, many nights when I was on my knees crying out to God and asking, why? What do I need to do? What have I done wrong? Why is this happening to me? And in those moments, I heard the faintest whispers of, I just need you to get some rest. All you need to do is rest, baby girl. And if you know me, you know that the last thing I want to do is just to sit still. When life feels as if it is falling all out of sorts and out of place, the first thing that I naturally wanted to do was to get into action, to go and to solve problems, to do what I have always done before, and that is make it happen. To not sit idly by and let things just happen to me, but to be very proactive and say, hey, I can do this instead, and it'll prevent this from happening. But when you do your normal tricks and they don't work, and you find your situation feeling as if it's going down, 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 and you're like pulling your hair out wondering, what do I do? I want you to know that from January of 2024 up until October, my storm season, my personal storm season ended with an actual real life hurricane, Hurricane Helene. And when she came through our town and our city and our state and left her wake of devastation, the first thing the next morning, we went outside, my wife and we were on the back porch, and there was a peace, a stillness that I had never seen or experienced before in my life. And in the midst of that peace and stillness, I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything was okay. I can't tell you why that's true, but I knew it was okay. Everything in me said, it's over now. We are in repair and rebuild season. And I learned more than anything during those moments, those 10 months of one disappointment, one heartache after another, that everything that I have shared with my friends, my family, clients, people I meet, random strangers, the compassion and love that I try to share with everyone, that's truly who I am. I was able to see the last 10 months of my life in reverse. That in the hardest and most devastating moments of my life, the loving, caring, compassionate person that I try to be every day, that is what came out of me during those 10 months. When I learned that I am strong in the fact that I can persevere throughout a traumatic process, I began to see just how special I am. I went through the fire and I came out purified. And to me, that's special. Because I didn't have to lose significant things in order to realize just how grateful I am for my life, just as it is right now. And I was able to really have a deeper respect for myself. And every day when I wake up, when I look in the mirror and I see my beauty, and I am in awe of her, not for societal vain reasons, but because I stood toe to toe with so many of my fears. And I was able to overcome all of them and to emerge as if I am a beautiful phoenix rising out of the ashes. And it just made me appreciate myself so much more. I value myself so much more. And I know that there are many of us big-hearted and highly sensitive people out there hurting. I know that in this season when sometimes life feels uncertain or life begins to feel overwhelming, but I just want to encourage you and let you know that during our time together, the biggest secret of my victories, especially the victories of the past 10 months, that secret has been what I call the comeback code. And that comeback code is the unshakable belief that every setback is a divine set up And it's for you to have a greater breakthrough than what you ever thought imaginable. Yes, that feels good to say. The comeback code is the unshakable belief that every setback is a divine setup for your breakthrough. You are fueled by resilience, courage, and the unbreakable desire or the unbreakable spirit to never, ever give up. Ever. Now, imagine being a little girl who is in search of a basic education, just a regular education, and finds herself in a near fatal accident. All because she dared to say, I want an education and I want to develop my brain. And then later, after this, you find out that you are a Nobel Peace Prize winner. And I just want to say thank you to Malala for giving such a powerful example of courage. Now imagine yourself being locked away in a prison for 27 years, left to rot, left to die, left to be forgotten, and for your mission to be silenced. But then later, you find yourself that you not only leave your prison cell intact, but you are given the ability to become the first black president of a country. And we thank Nelson Mandela for his bravery. Now imagine yourself a young girl, a very young girl, being put through the foster system, paying the consequences of what adults do. And your way of handling life at such a young age is to start doing gymnastics, and you're great at it. But because you don't look like everybody else in that sport, you must suffer the criticism of people and their inability to see your gift. But you work through that, you persevere, and you do it so beautifully that you become the greatest to do it. And I just want to say thank you to Simone Biles for your powerful story of overcoming and triumphing. Your courage, your bravery is a beautiful example to us all. Now, Big Heart Beauties, how many of you know that storms, they don't come to define you, but they come to make you and to build you into more of the person that you are destined to become? Storms do not come to define you. They come to build you into the person that you are destined to become. It doesn't define you. It builds you. It doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to reveal your foundation. Is your foundation solid? Can your current personal foundation weather the chaotic storms of life? This is a very important question I would love for us to ask ourselves honestly in our quiet moments. Now, if you find yourself that you are in a storm season, then maybe, just maybe, it's time to allow the storms to help you build yourself into the person that you are destined to be. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it's not easy. I know it can be scary. It's tough. And goodness gracious, you got enough on your plate. Who wants to add this to it? But keep in mind that your current storms, they are going to expose what you really think, how you really feel, and what you really believe. You will be introduced to yourself in a new, crazy way. Can you imagine how the ways that you self sabotage yourself, the ways or the fears that are silently lurking in the background that you may not even be aware of, that are operating and running amok in your life? Now, the question also becomes, when these storms come, or if you're currently in one of these storms, will you allow yourself to go through it and then to be transformed by it? Because when the winds and the rains howl and it's everything is pouring down, it can feel like life is tearing you apart. But storms, they're not only destructive at times, but they can be significantly transformative. Will you allow yourself to be transformed by the storm? Because the storms, they're going to strip away what you no longer need, what's not serving your life. And it's going to take away those things that are just going to be, I don't want to say detrimental to your destiny, but they are just not needed for who you are being built to be. And the storms are also, they're going to show you the strength of what remains in your life. The wake. After all the storms are over, what's left? Who are you during those storms? What have you learned? What are the lessons being taught to you or coming your way? The roots that you plant in the calm moments are proven in the chaotic moments. The roots that you plant in the calm moments of your life will be the roots in the chaotic moments. I can't tell you how true that is. As I look back over the past 10 months and I see the foundation of what I set for myself, the standards that I set for myself personally, professionally, as a spouse, and all the other roles that I have played and continue to play. Those roots, well, they found a way to show me what they are. And there were some that were magnificent, wonderful, brilliant. And there were other roots in there that just needed to not be there. Yes. I'm thinking about those moments and the foundation of your life is so very important. And just like the trees that grow deeper roots after a storm, we too must emerge stronger. Gain some wisdom. And more importantly, to be more grounded. Especially during the trials that we have to endure. And I hope more than anything you realize that you are not your disappointments or setbacks. You are not your disappointments or setbacks. But you are indeed your comeback. And in your comeback, you have the ability to plant yourself in the calm moments of your life that will help you to weather any and all storms. The roots that I planted in my calm season literally saved my life. So I want to ask you, what roots are growing in your life right now? Will they weather a storm? Now, I've shared with you 4 powerful stories of brave and courageous individuals that highlight the beauty of the comeback code. And all of those stories align at the power of community. All of us had people in our lives that helped us to better manage life in its chaos. All of us have people that reminded us of our greatness. I can't tell you how instrumental and life-saving it was when I had my brother to rely on, to call at crazy moments of the day or night and say, this is what I'm feeling. This is hard. I need help. And his kind words, his honest words, were my gentle way forward. They were the light in the darkness that ushered a way out. So community, having people to remind you of who you truly are, those are important components of the comeback code. And one of the biggest things that's important in the comeback code is the why. Why is my calling so important? And why must I continue on my mission? These are 3 great highlights from all of these stories that I've shared with you tonight. My personal story and the 3 other individuals I mentioned. Community is important. Being reminded of your greatness and remembering the why. Why is it important? Now, if you're currently in a season, I want to encourage you to grow through what you're going through. And I want to offer you to reach out, join our community. Go to IamFutureFocused.com and join our monthly newsletter. Join our community. I have a blog spot, The Resourcery, to help us navigate this beautiful thing called life. Because I don't care how knowledgeable you are, you're going to hit some roadblocks. You're going to have some setbacks. But what I do here at Future Focus Coaching and Wellness is to help you to see that those setbacks are your divine setups. That you don't have to do this alone. Here's a community for you. One of the greatest parts of my job is to remind you of your greatness. The beautiful things about you that sometimes society, family or friends, random strangers, or even ourselves try to talk ourselves out of. I remind you of those beautiful things. And then I also help you to remember why. Those dreams that you have that have long been forgotten, those goals that you so desperately want to attain, those are given to you for a reason. And listen, storms are going to come. Some are harder than others. But even in those storms that are super hard, they're coming to build you. They're coming to help you to become the person that you are ordained to be. And I know many of us, we wish we could have that happen in a nicer way. A way that doesn't allow us feel scared or isolated or alone. And this is why I want this word to be an encouragement to illuminate the path. To give you a gentle way forward out of the places long hidden and dark. Remember, the process is the hardest part. But the strength that you achieve, the courage, and the understanding of yourself, that's priceless. And when you have someone to help guide you through that, you come out so much stronger, so much wiser. And you just realize that you are built to handle any and everything that comes your way moving forward. I can say with certainty right now that I thought I had a great foundation, but now my foundation is that much stronger. And the weight of what I am destined to become can handle the foundation I have now can handle the weight of what I'm destined to become. I have no doubts. It wasn't easy. It was the hardest thing I've had to do in my adult life so far. But I grew through it. So when other events come up, I can always look back and say, I made it through 10 months of intense disappointments, heartache, devastating losses. And look at me now. So yeah, when I pass by the mirror in the morning, I'm in awe of her because I knew the hell that she went through and what she came through. But I also got to see just how special and beautiful I am, how strong I am. So that now I don't tolerate things that are disrespectful to me. I don't even want to be in that space. I don't tolerate people or things that want to limit me or discount me. I don't wait around for people to finally get it. If you see the beauty within me, great. If you don't, I wish you well. And maybe if life wants to bring us back around again and we can coexist in a better space, I'm open to that. But I have such a deeper respect for myself that I can't just let anyone or anything come into that space and just disrespect it. Now here's the biggest thing I learned. Rest. How many of you know rest ain't about getting a good night's sleep? For me, rest is about sitting still, letting go, and just making sure that in every way possible, I'm taking good care of myself. And the very things I'm trying to hold on to or prop up or keep from falling or just, I had to step back and let it go. The only thing in those 10 months I had control over was myself. And let me tell you, it's the hardest space I've been in. When that big heart of yours wants to help over here to keep this from going bad or stop this bad thing from happening, or to help somebody else, whatever way your big heart works. Let me tell you, mine was trying to work overtime. Because I didn't have control over these things that were happening, I wanted to overcompensate and big heart everybody to death. But it was killing me. And in those moments when I did say, okay, I get it now. I have to let it go. I got to stop. That's when I heard God tell me, you know what? I have these things. Now that I have your attention, here's where I've been trying to lead you, or here's where I've been wanting us to go. But because I felt like I was handling everything and doing this and doing that, I was missing out on so much goodness. I was missing out on so much. So if you can start to rest, to figure out what rest is, of course, I want you to get a good night's sleep. But I want you to rest from trying to handle everybody else's problems. I want you to rest from trying to solve everybody else's missteps. I want you to rest from trying to be the first one to be there to help somebody else. I want you to rest in the knowing that you are everything you need. To listen to that internal guidance that's been telling you, don't go over there and do that. We need to go do this. Oh, we'll do it later. How many of you know that you discount what God's asking you to do when you don't follow your internal guidance? We're closing out 2024. And some people, they may feel uneasy and unsure. But what this storm is going to build you into believing is that you are powerful beyond all measure. You will be equipped. You will be built to weather any storm. And if you take time to sit still and to listen to what your internal guidance is sharing with you, you will begin to unlock your comeback code. What you see as a setback is only a divine setup for your breakthrough. And more than anything, I want you to embrace that. To spend the next few days that we have in this year to begin to align to who you truly are. And if you need to be introduced to who you truly are, I implore you to rest. Take your rest, to get still, and to listen to your internal guidance. To be brave enough to follow through without judgment. And if you are led to do something for yourself that you've never done before, follow it. See where it takes you. Me sitting still led to authoring 2 guided journals that help people with boundaries and to better manage their sensitivities. I would have never been in that space. All the amazing opportunities that are now funneling in my life, I don't know if I would have been able to receive them. Because where I'm about to go, this self-confidence that I have in myself now, this strength that I know that I possess right now, I can stand with the best of them. I light up a room when I walk into the room. And it's not because I'm cocky or anything, but I know what I have lived through. I know what I have grown through. And that takes a hell of a person. And I'm proud of me. And that's why I'm reaching back to share with you that when you go through your season of storms, ask yourself, what am I being built for? And whatever answer you hear, just know you're being built for your greatness. I hope you allow yourself to go through the process, to go through the fire, and to come out as pure gold, to be refined, to be purified. Reach out to your community. Schedule some time with me. Allow me to help you navigate this time period. Because as someone that's been through it and come out on the other side, I am fired up for you. Because I know what it has done with me. I'm excited. And I want you guys to see that. That remember, you are not your disappointments. You are not your failures. You are not your fears. You are your comeback. What is your comeback story? Your divine setup. Think about that tonight and in the coming days. What is God setting you up for? And I hope more than anything that you allow this precious time to help you see all the things that are coming together for you. With the physical eyes, it may seem like life is falling apart, but in the spiritual world, things are coming together for you for such a time as this. These gifts, these talents that you have that have been given to you and only you. It's time for you to step up and start using them. The world is calling you. I need you. You need you. We all need you. Let's do this. You got it. And you don't have to do this alone. Join my community. Let's do this together. 2025 is around the corner. It's time to renew and thrive for 2025. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. I hope this message finds your heart and that it excites you and it helps you to gently move forward into a better way of being. I love you guys and I'm grateful that you're here. And guess what? I will see you soon.